What's up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to do a little Q&A, but first I've got some things I want to talk about. Alright guys, we got some mail today. Let's check it out, see what we got. So first off, we have a steering rack. This is actually from a buddy of mine, Chris Carroll. So I come home today, pull up, and got a package here. So I was like, what the hell is this? Looked at it, that's right. Chris went ahead and hooked me up with a perfectly good steering rack. So we got this, we know it works, it's in good shape. Also, we got another package in today, guys. Look at that. We are actually going to do a 3G alternator upgrade. I've had so many people ask me, you know, about this. When are you going to do one? Are you going to do one? And I'm just like, you know, well, you know what? We're going to do one. So there we go, guys. Look at that. Perfect. Let's go ahead real quick and read the letter that's attached. Basically what it says is he bought a 3G alternator upgrade kit from LMR, went home, went to install it on his 93 Cobra, never paid attention to the fact that it already had a 3G kit on it. So basically it was working great, but he went ahead and changed it out anyway. So that's what we have. We have the alternator that come off of his 93 Cobra. So his name is Adam. That's all the information I have. He has a 93 red Cobra, black interior, and it is number 4709. So thank you so much, Adam. I really do appreciate it. So we will definitely be putting the 3G alternator on the car. You guys are helping out with this stuff. So this is all stuff that we really need. So I really do appreciate that. Thank you guys so much. All right, guys, we have chosen a name for the puppy. And the name we have chosen is Paxton. So this is Paxton, guys. So Kelly Smith, you are the winner. We chose Paxton. I wanted Windsor, to be honest with you. That's the name I wanted. I think that's freaking awesome. We're probably going to incorporate it into the name anyway. I'll probably just call him Windsor if you guys want to know the truth. And just so everybody knows, yes, I actually know Kelly. That had no bearing on any of this. That was just a really cool name. The wife really liked it, so that's what we went with. We're about to go shoot this Q&A, so I will catch back up with you in a few minutes. Alright guys, let's go ahead and get to the Q&A. So as you all know, I posted a Q&A on Instagram and also on YouTube this time because I learned my lesson. Guys, this is Madison. This is my stepdaughter. And I'm not going to tell you how many kids I got today. We'll do that in another video. But yes, there's always a new child, it seems like, in my videos. But that's cool. That's cool. I got a lot of kids. Raised a lot of kids in my life. Madison has never done this. So we've tried to address if there's a cuss word or something like that, she's just going to skip over it. So she's not going to read names because these names do get complicated from time to time. So all she's going to do is just read the comment and I'm going to answer as briefly as possible.
Any plans to do a 4i Foxbody in the future? That'd be awesome.
So I've had that question asked a lot, and to be honest with you, I would love to do a 4i Fox. Will we? You know what? I'm not sure, guys. At some point though, I would absolutely love to do a 4i Fox. We'll just have to see how it goes. I can tell you this. After this build, we're taking a break for a while, so I won't be building anything in the near future.
First of all, thank you for being inspirational for a lot of us. Like I told you in DMs, you have inspired me to work in my SN. I know that the clones still have a long way to go, but in the future, do you plan to do maybe an SN, not the new Edge? Again, thank you.
So thank you so much for that. You know what? That's what it's all about. It's all about inspiring people. You guys inspire me. I try to inspire you. And ultimately, that's what it's about. So as far as the SN goes, I love SN cars. So you guys don't know that about me. You still have a lot to learn about me. I love SN cars. I've had a few. If I get time, I'll put up a picture of one of my SN cars right here for you guys. It was a Vert. But you know what? Yeah, absolutely. At some point, I would like to have a 4i car, an SN car, and I don't know, pretty much that's going to round it out. Maybe a coupe or something. Yes, at some point we will probably do that.
What are your favorite wheels or rims for a 4-lug Fox? We
all know you're limited with the 4-lug on the Foxbody. So I would say anniversary wheels, depending on the car. I don't like the 10th anniversary wheels on a coupe for some reason. Sometimes they look okay, most of the times they don't though. I would probably say 10th anniversary wheels, 93 Cobra wheels, obviously, depending on the car, if it's a solid color. And I love the Celine SC wheels. I love those things. As you all know, I have been tossing around the idea of getting a set of Celine SC wheels. So I don't know. I may go home tonight after this video and order them. I don't know yet. But yeah, absolutely love the Celine SC wheels. And the fact that you can get them in 18s sometimes. They're hard to find. They're usually out of stock. They do make them in 18s, guys.
This one has 2 questions.
Okay.
Do you like craft beer, and what are your plans for the Terminator?
Do I like craft beer? I'm not even really a beer drinker. I'll drink something occasionally, so I'm probably not the guy for that. I'm just a broke dude that'll drink like Coors, or I can't taste the difference between all the stuff, to be honest with you. And as far as the Terminator goes, I don't know. I don't know. I would love to tell you guys that we get the Terminator back and we bust ass on this thing and we get this thing running and we get, you know, tires on it, and we take it to the track and do all this crazy stuff, but I honestly don't know. I don't know what the plans are at this moment. Basically to preserve the car and not let it completely go to crap while it's sitting there. So for right now, that's it.
What do you think of the 2-tone Cabernet Red and Silver Foxbody?
So the Cabernet Red and Silver, I like that. Sometimes it's a little too dark, but I do really like that. I think there's 2 different versions of the Cabernet. Correct me if I'm wrong. Typically, if I'm going to go with the darker color, like the dark Cabernet, I would go with more of a darker gray, because those colors start to really contrast a little too much for me sometimes. But yeah, I really like that. You know I'm a 2-tone guy.
What do you need for a base idle reset?
Base idle reset, honestly, all you need is a cheap Harbor Freight little voltmeter and a screwdriver. That's all that you need. So I'll do the link to the base idle reset video right here for you guys, but all you need is just a screwdriver and a voltmeter. That's pretty much it.
Is there a chance you might put a Calypso logo shirt on a T-spring in the future, or maybe some Brutuel decal? And either way, keep up the great work.
So as far as the Calypso t-shirts go, I've tried to upload them, but for some reason the Calypso fox head that I designed is too low resolution. So I'm gonna have to go in, create a vector of it, blow this thing up, and do all this stuff. Hey, look, you know, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Not a lot of people have been super interested in the shirts, so I've just not really done a lot with it, and I don't push the shirts on people. But I mean, if you guys are interested in a Calypso shirt and maybe some other things, then sound off down below and let me know that you guys are interested, and we'll see what we can do.
What are your thoughts on a collab video with Rodney, aka 50 Tussin? I think that's
50 Tussin. So Rodney, I've spoken to Rodney before. We actually only live about an hour and a half, 2 hours apart, something like that. We occasionally do meet at the same track. So yeah, I've spoken to Rodney before. He was an inspiration for me starting my own channel. So yeah, I mean, at some point me and Rodney may do a little something together. So yeah, absolutely. I like Rodney, by the way. The guy can drive the hell out of a 5-speed. If you guys don't know about it, you better go check him out.
Yes, another question. Have you thought about doing Power Tour or Rocky Mountain Race Week?
No, honestly, I'm not interested in that. That's a little too much for me. But I do want to make it to some of these events, like with Foxcast, with Pits, Mustang Week, Foxtoberfest. You're my people, you know? I mean, I want to go see you guys. I don't necessarily want to go on power tours and stuff like that. Not really interested in that. I want to hang out with my Mustang and Fox guys.
What size wheels and tires are you running on the Terminator?
Terminator has 18 by 9s in the front and 18 by 10.5s in the back. So it has 2 75s up front and 2 85s in the rear. It's kind of an odd combo, but I had to do that for clearance issues. But yeah, that's what it's running. And they're also they're Varstoen MK1s, if anybody was wondering what's on the Cobra.
Do you have to change out the fuel pump? And if so, can you make a short part of the video how to replace it?
Okay, fuel pump. Man, guys, I just did that, and I'm sorry I didn't cover it. There was a lot of little things on this car that I just didn't cover simply because of time constraints. And I'm sorry about that. I really wanted to video every little step of building this car, but I just couldn't. You know what, at some point, if I ever get around to it, yes, I will absolutely do a fuel pump video, but right now I don't think we have anything to do with the fuel pump. We're good there.
Favorite Foxbody model year and all the options that came with the Fox?
So I would probably say my favorite Fox year would be anywhere from, would be 91 to 93. And that's just because of the bigger fenders, and you don't have the clearance issues. like the opal interior. So I'll tell you what, why don't I just spec out my favorite Foxbody for you guys right here and right now. And this is going to probably blow your mind. We'll say a 91 GT, emerald green, two-tone silver, gray interior, power seats, well, power lumbar anyway, and a 5-speed car. Man, that's it for me, guys. That was a buddy of ours had that car. I'll tell you guys about that story here coming up pretty soon. But I had a good buddy of mine. He actually just passed away. Had a beautiful emerald green two-tone Fox that I just fell in love with. But that would be the one. If I could build one from the factory right now, that would be the one, guys.
Could you talk about torque box repair a little? More of a request, but would be much appreciated. I damaged mine and have become a little intimidated by it.
Okay, so torque box repair, I am not the guy for that. I'm intimidated by that, honestly, myself. So I would probably be the wrong guy for that. But if I ever do run across it, I will absolutely cover it for you guys.
I like this question. Would you consider doing an old school S-trim supercharger on one of the Foxes?
Yeah, I thought about that actually. I have a buddy of mine, Seth, with the 93 Red Cobra. You know, he just put an on-3 turbo kit on his car, and he's just getting frustrated with the car. The kit's fine, but he's just having issues. You know, it comes with it. I don't know, guys. It's kind of got me thinking about maybe just simplifying things and putting a supercharger on the car. I'll have to get Seth over and get him on the channel one day and let him explain to you his whole little venture with the on-3 kit. So.
What is your regular job? What do you do for a living?
Alright guys, I'd rather not discuss that one.
New Corvette, good or bad?
Okay, so this is the topic that I wanted to get on, and I'm going to keep it short because we're getting dark here. The 2020 Corvette, guys, this thing is the most popular thing going right now. It is the most talked about car ever, I think, probably, in my lifetime. This thing is going crazy. A lot of the guys that were going to buy one of the GT500s are now, you know, retracting that, and they're wanting to buy the 2020 Corvette. I have a lot of thoughts on this. A lot of thoughts. It is a badass car, guys. It really is. This thing for the money is ridiculous. This is supercar territory for 60 grand and maybe a little below. I mean, it's crazy. Don't give up on the GT500. It is a hell of a car, guys. It is a hell of a car. The 2020 Corvette, really, I'm going to be honest with you. The big advantage that it has is with the mid-engine. The engine sitting right above the top of the tires. This thing's going to hook. You get both of them to the track and you put slicks on both of them. The GT500 is probably going to outrun that car all day, every day. In the street, don't let these 60-foot numbers get you. The car's nasty. The car's fast. But don't let that get you caught up. It's going to be everywhere. Every soccer mom, every person in your neighborhood, every 16-year-old girl is going to have one of these things. So if you wanted a GT500 but you're unsure about the whole thing, hold out on the GT500. Mark my word, guys, it's going to be worth it. And we will talk about this later. We will do a longer video on it here pretty soon, actually.
Are Coyote Foxbodies overrated?
Are Coyote Foxbodies overrated? No, absolutely not. They're nasty. What's it going to take to outrun this 2020 Corvette? I tell you what will, and that's a Coyote Foxbody with a little bit of mods on it. Absolutely, at the track will more than likely outrun one. So no, they're not overrated. Is it my bag? Is it my thing? Not necessarily. If I had money just to throw and blow, sure, I'd do it.
Enjoy your R&R.
Enjoy my R&R. Yes, next week, guys, I'm going to we might do 2 videos next week, but that's going to be about it.
Tutorial on deleting smog stuff.
Really and truly, if you're not going to run the idler pulley, all you have to do is take the smog pump off and run, I think it's an 84.5 inch belt, and you can do that.
What do you think about the Foxbody pages on Facebook? Seems a lot of people like to put everyone's car down. The Foxbody community is toxic on Facebook, in my opinion. People that are new to Foxes try to get help and get called stupid. If
there was one thing I could change, that would be it. With even, and it's the same thing with forums too. So it's forums and Facebook and stuff like that. I wish I could change that, guys. You know, everybody's got an opinion. Everybody's a keyboard warrior now, and I hate that. I don't know. It's just so easy to down somebody when there's nothing at stake. So, guys, if you were on these forums and whatnot, you know, and you're on these Facebook groups and you're watching this video, I don't know. If you're one of the ones that are bullying somebody, don't do that. You know, I made a video a while back about Foxbody no-nos and stuff, and I mentioned a guy, or made mention of a guy, and I shouldn't have done it. I really shouldn't have. I never get into doing stuff like that, and I did it. I was ill that day. I shouldn't have said it. But yeah, let's come together as a group, as a community, and let's not flame people. Behind closed doors, you can laugh all you want to, but let's just don't do it out in the open, because it really breaks people down whenever we do that. I'm going to help her out here because some of these words are a little tough here. But you own all three, Testarossa, Countach, and Koenigsegg. You have to drive one, sell one, and crush one. What would you do? I'm keeping the Countach. I'm keeping it. I'm telling you guys right now, I'm keeping the Countach. I'm a child of the 80s. Keeping the Countach. I am driving the Koenigsegg, and I am crushing the Ferrari.
Any plans in the near future for your classic?
I have a lot of people ask all the time, you know, what are you going to do with your 65 Mustang? Right now, guys, I don't have any plans for it. We'll just have to see, but it's going to take a lot of money and a lot of time to do that. So we'll see. No plans right now, though.
Oh, Lord. What is your favorite adult beverage when tinkering? Keep up the great content. I feel like we grew up together just a couple 100 miles apart.
We did. Essentially, we did. It doesn't really matter to me, honestly. Like, you know, guys, I'll drink a Zima, I'll drink a Coors, I'll drink a Natural Light, Crown. It doesn't matter to me. Angry Orchard is probably my go-to.
My question, can you send me those ROH wheels?
I think those are fake ROH wheels, though. I'm pretty sure they're not the real deal. You don't want those things.
The Calypso clone is looking amazing. What's the plan for the interior? Color, stock seats?
So I appreciate it. Thank you so much. The interior is going to be smoke gray, or opal gray. I'm sorry, opal gray, just all stock. Probably a set of either Corvo seats or like a newer model Mustang seat. But yeah, just pretty much a stock interior.
Out of the 6 generations out, what's your favorite Mustang out of each of the 6 generations? Pretty sure third generation might be obvious.
Yeah. So first generation is going to be the 65 Fastback. Second generation is going to be the 73 Mach 1 for me. Third generation is going to be the... I know, guys, I know. But it's the interior that gets me. 87 to 93. So anywhere in there. I love the look of a 4i car. I'm not fond of the interior. So 87 to 93. Fourth gen, probably the GT500. Fifth gen, I don't know, guys. Probably just the GT, just a really nice GT, because that's when the power really started coming on. And sixth gen, I had to say probably the Roush. The Roush is really nice.
What is your end goal with the Calypso clone? Is it to keep or to sell? To fund maybe another project down the road? We'll keep up the great work, and the car is looking sweet. Go dogs!
Go dogs! So I'm keeping these cars. I may sell the Terminator at some point, but as of right now, we're keeping these cars. I'm going to enjoy them. You know, I've got too much time, especially in this green car, to sell it. You could not give me $20,000 for this car right now, and I take it. I got too much time and work into it, so we'll be keeping it.
I love that ending though. Go dogs.
Yeah.
Could you do an in-depth video on how to change the brake pads and rotors on the Foxbody, please?
When we get to it, if we get to that, absolutely, I can do that.
When you retire, have you thought about doing paint on the side, mostly Foxbodies?
I've thought about it. I could probably never do it, though, to be honest with you. And simply because I get so emotionally attached to them that I just couldn't.
Any plans to have a ZX10 on the side?
Oh, man. You hit me with the ZX10 thing. So, as you all know, I've talked about it before. I used to drag race bikes, and man, that was big in my life, and it still really is. I really want to get back to that, but no plans as of now, but you never know, guys. I might get another ZX10. I don't know.
That's it.
All right, cool. Okay, so real quick, let's go over to YouTube. There are a few over there.
What will you set the miles to on the People's build?
You know, I don't know. I'll probably just put the cluster out of the 91 in the car, so that way the mileage will read whatever the 91 was, the donor car. So we'll probably just do that.
Are you concerned or worried that spraying the hood and door, I think this is molding,
Yeah,
off the car.
I read that earlier. Yeah, actually I am a little concerned about that. So the question is, am I concerned about the hood and the molding matching up, considering I'm spraying them so far apart? Yeah, it's a concern, but I'm not too worried about it, to be honest with you. If the hood doesn't match, I plan on picking up a cow hood and spraying it, because guess what, guys, they never match. So that's my angle anyway. 351 Windsor swap thoughts.
Okay,
351 Windsor swap is great. If you guys can get your hands on a Windsor, get it swapped in one of these Foxbodies, absolutely do it, because it'll hold more power, and they're just really tough engines, and they don't weigh a whole shit ton more than a 302. So yeah, absolutely go for the Windsor swap. They're still popular.
Do you prefer peanut butter and jelly or jam?
No. I read that earlier. You know what? I'm actually a jam man, and let me tell you why. Because I make some really good jam. Do I not? I make some good. We call it jelly, but it's jam. I make some really good plum. What is it, Bonnie? Plum. Oh yeah, plum crazy. So I make some plum crazy jam. It is good.
Tell us a little bit about the RC cars to have all kinds of nitro powered and brushless stuff.
So as far as my RC cars go, they're all brushless. So I have a Savage XS. I have two Savage XS's at the house. One of them's my buddy's. I have a Rustler that's brushless. I have a Sakura XI Sport that we did 108 mile an hour with. It's all brushless. A lot of RC stuff. I could go on and on about it, but maybe at some point we'll cover that. But yeah, I got out of the nitro just because it was messy, and the electric was just the way to go. I did that back around 08, I think, when I made the swap. So maybe one day we'll cover those on the channel.
Fixing some fuel lines today. I have no idea how someone kinked them. I was going to steal the lines off my parts car. Those unions look a lot easier to do, LOL.
Yeah, the unions are holding up great, by the way, guys, on my fuel lines. So no issues there. Now, I really haven't driven the car, so we don't know how they're going to hold up. But so far, so good on the unions.
You mentioned keep the Cobra clone a AOD and possibly adding the E-cam. I have an 1991 LX AOD and looking to add the same cam, but I need to change valve springs in order for those to work properly.
Now, I will go ahead and tell you now, anytime you put a cam in a car, if you have stock valve springs, you need to change them. Okay, let me just get that disclaimer out of the way. Do you have to change them? Not necessarily. Now, if you run into some valve flow issues, you should know it early on. As soon as you get up in the high RPM, the car is going to flutter, do a little something. You can always put valve springs in it. Then, stock head, stock valve, you're not going to run into any valve float, piston to valve clearance issues.
What's your favorite Fox of all time? Year, model, and all the options that came with the car.
So I think we covered this on the other one. So it's going to be 91, you know, green, silver, GT. I don't know why. I don't know.
Would you consider a meetup with your subs?
Yeah, at some point she asked if we'd do a meetup, you know, with the subs. Yeah, at some point we can do something like that. I'm not a very organized guy. Yeah, maybe at some point we can do something.
Well, this is the last question. What do you think about 390 gears in the 1992 notch?
So 390 gears are great. If you guys have never used 390s, give them a try. They're in between a 373 and a 410, and they are a very, very good gear. I really like them. If I buy another set of gears, like go out and buy a new set, I'm going to buy a set of 390s. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and wrap this video up. It's getting dark. It's kind of getting quiet out here in the neighborhood. So we're going to go ahead and wrap this video up. And as always, thanks for watching.